Hello ECE 270 class and Professor Wada and whoever else is watching this video. I am here to show you my project and demo it for you. I made a game of checkers for my final project, and I essentially broke it down into 7 steps that I needed to do to make it functional. The first step I did was find a board, like a picture of a checkerboard online, and resize it to 800 by 800 pixels, as you can see right here. It's convenient to resize it to that amount because I could just make every square 100 by 100 and the whole board would be 800 by 800, and I could treat it like a matrix, which was the second step, to create a matrix of values and fill it. And this little table you see above here might be hard to see, filled with ones and zeros. Essentially this is what I did. And I had the 2's represent black pieces, the 1's represent red pieces, and the 0's represent empty spaces. And yeah, I made this matrix, and then the next step was to assign values and pieces to each number in this matrix. So I wrote some if statements in here that it'll look for the image red piece.png or black piece.png in the bin folder, and it will assign that to wherever 2 and 1 is on the matrix, and it'll start off with this default configuration. And the next step was to actually be able to select a square. So I have some code, let's see, for the mouse, where is it? For the mouse pressed right here. This part's for the black pieces, this part's for the kings. Essentially, if you get inside these for loops and this if statement, it'll have you select a piece, and from there we'll capture some I and j values that we can use later to actually move the piece. But this step was the most difficult to actually select the proper piece, because there were points throughout this where it would select the entire board because I was looping the command over and over and over. So I had to capture those I and j values and set them as variables called x piece and y piece and use those values later. So that was the 4th step. The 5th step was creating diagonal movement. So essentially I'd want to be able to do something like this. Turn this spot into a 0 and this spot into a 2. That would be like move number 1. So once again, just a couple if statements there, saying if the values diagonal up and to the right and up and to the left are 0, and you select a piece that's diagonal corresponding to it, you can move it there. So that's how that works. And then captures and jumps are quite similar. If there's a 1 for 2's, if there's a 1 diagonal up to the left or right, it'll let you capture it and go over. And then the final one was actually making kings. And kings were tricky because I couldn't use the 1's and 2's, so I actually added additional values, 3's and 4. So when 2 on the bottom row here, or in the 3rd row, makes it all the way to here, it won't actually become a 2, it'll turn into a 4. And that's the code for a black king, and it will go backwards and whatnot. Likewise for a red king, it can go from 1 to 3. So now that you know how that works, I will demo it. So here's the actual game. Black move, red move, black move, red capture, black move, red move, black, red, black capture, and so on. So let me just get this. Just make a couple moves, and we actually have red king. So this is what my king looks like. That's the king, all right. You can see that it's red's move. Black can move backwards. Red's move can capture as well, and also black king as well. So there you have it. That's a game of checkers, my own custom designed king character, and I think it turned out pretty well. Thanks for watching.